Hi, my name is Vivian Brown. I'm a sophomore at Cleveland Heights High School, and I'm on girls varsity soccer and lacrosse, and also an honor roll student. I'd like to introduce Scott Pennyman, class of 1997, Emmy-nominated television sports reporter and producer. Even before Mr. Pennyman graduated from Cleveland State University, he began working for Cleveland 19, a CBS affiliate, as an intern. The nearly 20-year veteran videographer, producer, and multimedia journalist of Cleveland Sports News climbed his way up the ladder to cover national athletic events such as 2 NBA Finals, a MLB World Series, and an NFL Scouting Combine, in addition to several seasons of Cleveland's major sports teams, including the Browns, Indians, and Cavaliers.
Well, first of all, I just want to thank um, everyone involved for just being generous enough to put me in a Hall of Fame. This is something that I never really thought much about. I mean, when you begin your journey in life, you just want to be as successful as you possibly can. You just want to um, just try to reach for every goal. And I knew very early on, even when I was in high school at Cleveland Heights in the mid 90s, that hard work was going to be my tool to get where I wanted to go. I had some great teachers at Cleveland Heights High School at that particular time. Just too many to name. We only have a few minutes, so just so many teachers to name, so many teachers, so many of my friends there at school that just really just supported me really well in the early going. And I think that what makes my induction so important is I kind of represent for the people who look. I'll be totally honest. I wasn't the kind of student that got all A's in school. I wasn't honor roll, merit roll, or I wasn't your model student. Um, However, just because you don't begin life as a student that way, just because you don't necessarily have the perfect beginning, it doesn't mean that you can't achieve everything you wanted to. Back when I was in school, I said, look, I want to be on TV. I want to cover sports for a living. I want to be a sports reporter. I want to do all that stuff on television. And oftentimes I have people look at me like I was crazy, like, man, how are you going to do this with the kind of grades you're getting? But I think more important than anything, if I could tell any student back and who's watching this back at the high school, it's more important that you find what you love to do in life and that you dedicate yourself 100% towards whatever goal that is. There's gonna be ups, there's gonna be downs, but you just have to ride with it all the way. And I think that's what kind of my career and my life up to this point has been the definition of. I've been in television for 20 years. There's been a lot of ups that I'm thankful for, but probably just as many ups as there's been as many downs. But I think that when you just keep climbing, you find motivation. My motivation was when my daughter was born. I kind of hit a flat level in my career at that point. But then when my daughter was born in 2010, I wanted to be the example for her. I didn't. I wanted her to be proud when she sees the Pennyman name and knows her last name is Pennyman. I wanted her to be proud, and so that was my motivation to just be just as driven as I could possibly be. Um, I believe I'm the first member of my class in 1997 to be inducted. I think, I'm not sure. And I like to thank all those guys. I have a lot of good friends from that class today. I want to thank them for how supportive they've been, supportive of my work I've put out over the years, a lot of my television stories that I've done. They've always been very supportive and back me. Those are some of my closest friends today, and I appreciate that. I appreciate the I know people like to say it, kind of like the height swag that when people talk about the aura of Cleveland Heights, it's that confidence that's put in you that you're not overly impressed by anything in this world, and you sort of had a mentality of why not me, why not us, and I think that started back at Cleveland Heights. So I'm so thankful. I owe them nothing, and I'm going to continue from this point forward like I've always done. Anything I can do to help a student, the faculty out, anything I can do to just help another student be sitting in the same place I am 20 or 30 years from now, I'm definitely going to be willing and open to do. And I just want to say thank you so much and God bless. I would say if I could give them any one bit of advice, it would be to really just, and I don't want to say it's necessarily more important than education, but just find something that you love to do and just sort of just don't be afraid to stay the course. There's a lot of ups and downs as you go, no matter what field you choose. There's lots of ups and downs that you're going to go through, lots of peaks and valleys, and I just feel like I know what helped me was when I was 16 years old. I knew what I wanted to do. I knew I wanted to be on TV and be a be a sportscaster and be on cover sports for a living, and that's what I was. I knew that when I was 16 and 17, and so even a lot of the students that had better grades and everything, and lots of A's and B's, I was totally never an A and B student. I don't know if I should be saying that, but I never really was. But I think that knowing what you want to do is just as valuable as being an A or a B student because it allows you to focus in on one career path and just keep going in that direction no matter what the peaks and valleys are. So I would just tell any young student, establish what you want to do, who you want to be, where you want to go, what direction you want to go into, and just ride with the ups and downs and just keep going. Just keep going with it. Don't become discouraged early on if things don't go the way you like. Just keep going with it.